Hi, and welcome to the instructional video on how to best use the Rust Easy Corner bead. The quick and easy way to permanently eliminate rusty corner beads, without the need to cut out the old rusty beads or paint over them, just for them to return in time. First, inspect the old bead and look for any loose render, flaky paint, or loose rust that needs to be removed using a scraper. Also look for undulations on the corner that may inhibit the new bead sitting firmly on the corner. Some filling may be required for this. Once you've done this, you are good to apply some rust inhibitor. This will give you a good, sealed sound surface to work with. Once dry, do any filling if needed to ensure good fitting of the new bead. Going over missing render or building up the corner if required. Measure up the length of bead required. Making sure to go the full length from top to bottom, measure twice and cut once, as they say. Tin snips are best, but a sharp blade can be used too. Offer up the bead on the corner and make sure it sits snugly. If it rocks on the corner, it may need adjusting. Do this by gently squeezing the bead edges together. Be careful not to go too hard on it, especially if the beads are cold, as they can snap if squeezed too far. Offer up the bead again and check it fits snugly. Using a mastic adhesive, like this one, do 3 lines of adhesive along the bead. 1 in the center and 1 on each side. Be generous with this, especially the center one. Place the bead into position, pushing firmly on the spine so it sits snugly onto the corner. Run a scraper down each side of the bead, squeezing out the adhesive. Run a finger down the side, smoothing it out. Allow the adhesive to cure. Now it's time to fill. I highly recommend using this filler. Toupret Murex, Rock Solid. It's a resin-based filler and goes rock hard once dried. It doesn't revert back to powder if it gets wet and gives a good solid corner, protecting it from knocks. It can't really be sanded and needs sponging once it's going off to get the finish you want. You need to clean your tools off after each use. Put the waterproofer in the water you will use for mixing up the filler. This helps ensure water resistance in the corner. Put half a cup of water in a bucket, add filler, and mix. Try not to mix up too much. You can always make more. It needs to be a mousse-like texture. Not too wet for the first fill. If you need to add more water, do it in small amounts. The first fill is the most important for strength. Make sure to pull the filler into the back of the spine. This gives the bead the strength. Filling out to approximately 4 inches. Check the filler has gone off enough to sponge, usually between 10 to 15 minutes. You can tell this by checking the thin edges. They should be soft enough to sponge away but not get fully washed off. The edges may need the scourer part of the sponge. Keep the sponge wet, smoothing out the filler. Make sure to clean the spine of the Rust Easy bead. Let it dry. The time of this can differ depending on temperature and humidity. Next is the main fill. This will come out 8 to 10 inches. Start off with a cup of water as you will need more filler for this part. Make this mix slightly wetter, this makes it easier to use. Using a caulking tool or trowel, skim up the corner filling out wide. This loses the new bead into the corner. You can work from the middle out, or top to bottom, it doesn't matter. Then, when ready to sponge, lightly smooth the filler to get a smooth finish and the edges to blend in with the existing render. Use the scourer part on the harder parts, then sponge off. Any discrepancies like pits or undulations can be refilled till you are happy with the finish. Leave to dry for 24 hours. Once dry, it's ready to paint. Give it at least 2 coats, although 3 would be ideal. And now the old beads have gone. This system inhibits any of the necessary ingredients for rust to occur. Oxygen and moisture are prevented from reaching the bead underneath and stops further degradation. Rust Ease's stain-blocking properties ensure you will never see the old rusty ones again, all in an eco-friendly way. Thanks for watching.